another tool to set her up to absolutely pop off on attack.
It feels like this combo was built for Sonder to thrive.
It 100% was, right? Like this breach, it's something they hadn't played really in the past, but it's a pick that with the concuss, you can instantly set up your raise to satchel down towards towards showers. That's one of the big power positions with that breach on attack. And we'll see what TL can do to combat the power of Shopify's attack.
Upper bracket survival for TL, or Shopify Rebellion in the top 3. This map puts us a step closer to deciding that. And off the start, Shopify slow on their default.
Yeah, interesting setup seeing Team Liquid have their Sky player over towards Showers as opposed to B long where you can sort of quickly flash around the corner. But of course, with the Sky changes, maybe a little bit harder. You have to use that flash to set up your teammates more than you can play off of it yourself. Team Liquid, late round. Again, a minute 10. You heard the Desk talking about the late defensive pushes back on Fracture. Team Liquid doing that again here, playing off of the smoke down B long, although it's punished by Flowerful, and now Benita and the rest of Shopify are here to take B.
Daiki can delay with that C. She finds safety towards the elbow, but really wants to try and get something through this smoke. The haunt misses though, goes wrong, and Maxi's down, tried to push through spawn. I'd imagine off of that haunt, the play has gone to pieces.
Benita's been something to watch today. Oh my god. I mean, she's just out there entering the site with Sonder. Not a care in the world. Smokes, whatever. We're going to get the job done. And now 5 versus 3. Retaking B site, so difficult on the defense. Not made easier with the numbers disadvantage. Right click. Oh no. TL with some space.
But KP with the lockdown towards spawn. Right clicks very much failing her, and now Nachiwan maybe chance for something more, but listen to that timer. It has already ticked so far. Shopify stationed in these power positions, either side, ready to swing, ready to jiggle, and well, the first one is enough. 3K for Flowerful in the round to Shopify.
Very nice opener for Shopify, right? They sort of play the put the enemy to sleep strategy, where they have all 5 players sort of spread across, watching for the defender side of aggression, and TL did bite at that 110 mark.
And that shows the preparation against this team. TL is a squad that, like you and the Desk were talking about, loves these contact pushes.
Absolutely. I think sort of reading what was happening in the last round. Then sort of, you know, they did have to lay off the gas a little bit. They had 2 players up towards Suka very quickly, needed the rest of the team to rotate over. So I think that was a very controlled round, even after finding that opening pick, and that's something that's going to be strong. You see the early conditioning of that concuss back towards Showers. It's what I was talking about. What you'll see a little bit later from Shopify is KP set up the concuss in Showers from left side of A short, and a double satchel for Sonder. And you can do that even without the ultimate, because the concuss is so powerful. It really sets you up to just go flying into Showers and force the defense off the angle.
It is really effective, and for Team Liquid here, with this composition on their defensive side, they lack that more traditional Sentinel, but they do have that Astro Viper. Used to be very popular on this map, but with the Brim buffs, has kind of fallen off for a lot of teams.
Yeah, way back in the day, you saw it all the time. Des talked about some of the lurking options you can have on attack. What it does mean is you have very good stall power, right? You can always permanently keep up smokes on the entry points into sight, so important not to give early fights.
And for Bastarda, I mean, she has a couple pieces of utility to combine that nade with. Here, it won't be her nade, but that of Sonder instead dealing the damage there. As it is this execute down into A. It's a stack for TL, so they'll try and deal some damage. Sonder low, but it's just a TP. Good audible from Shopify.
And Flowerful was playing B long this entire time, so ready to convert with the team and split into this B site. This is how you need to play the map of Bind, almost 4-1 a lot of the time. As when you look at that, Daiki just spins around on Sonder, picks up a Bulldog and a Spectre. Too low HP to really accomplish much, but chances now for TL.
Another flash for Lori in just a second here. Can use that for information or to flash off her teammates' contact of KP.
Concuss too, so all the regenerating cooldowns from Shopify here, the timing working out nicely for them. Lori, she's about to say it. She's about to say the thing, Mimi.
Is she going to say the thing?
Waiting.
No.
Come on, do the flash, Lori! I just want to say it. Here we go. Blinded. There it is.
You had your moment. Lori didn't. She'll die towards spawn, so a very costly round here for Shopify. They'll clean up everyone on Team Liquid, but they're not really walking away too happy with that one.
No, Shopify, I mean, you do see a little bit of the taste of what Shopify are going to do. They did this a ton on Fracture with the late round pivots. Bind, a little bit more forgiving than Fracture, I think, in terms of the rotation time with the attackers because of those pesky little teleports. Flowerful already up 5-0 here, and I think for Team Liquid, one thing you're going to see from them, because they don't have your traditional opper, right? No chamber, no jet in the mix. And when you're playing this double controller comp, you actually play a little bit more entrenched on site. So it's less about finding opening fights, opening picks. Sometimes you'll see multiple players creeping forward and pushing through the smoke like we saw back in the pistol, but it'll be very normal for them to play back site on A, and they've got 3 players there now.
Sonder will quickly take U-Haul control, similar to the last time they went towards the A site, but she wants more flash through. It's good, but she regains her vision in time to take Sonder down. No one was close enough to trade, so Shopify, not really an option, bar this lurk that Benita has found.
Look at this, yeah, Benita up in U-Haul, and the rest of the team was not committing into A. I think TL with a really good read, calling back Daiki onto the B site. Will she pivot off because of the presence that Benita showed in U-Haul? She hasn't yet. This is really good to not over-rotate. The most important skill on Bind is to not leave too early. And TL have the read.
Daiki aware that it's mostly a push from long, so finds a new position.
Around the world!
Yeah, they come back. Benita finds one. DRN is here. It has to be her to shut down this push, but she's pushed off the line herself and will have to try and fight back in. KP already making it across a flash, not connecting, and the double up is good from Team Liquid, only Flowerful now. And that timer working against her, the players swinging from all angles, and a solid conversion for Team Liquid.
TL make the right read, they don't over-rotate, and yet I'm a little concerned because the utility usage from Shopify and the mid-round calls, right, multiple times sort of pump faking in that round A to B to back to A. Throughout all of it, the utility usage is perfect. Even DRN sort of holding this angle got forced back by the concuss. Then the second she could be re-swinging to the angle, a flash is there out of the sky too. It is really, really solid work from Shopify.
Yeah, Bind is in IGL's paradise. So more than ever, this map, I think we'll be fixated on KP and Daiki outthinking each other.
1,000,000%. It's funny because like watching bad teams on Bind is just, it hurts, right? You don't see the attackers rotating around. No, both teams seem to have a very solid understanding of the map, and we're already seeing that in 3 rounds.
And we saw that even back on Fracture. TL was super, super good at waiting things out, at not falling for these fakes, which made Shopify's life winning that map quite difficult.
Sort of seeing the idea from Team Liquid here, playing for the early orb. That actually gave the ultimate over to Daiki, so IGL has the option to pull the trigger on that whenever you want. Oh no, Nachi1 in a lot of trouble here, but the suck there, blocking off 3-4 players. The follow-through isn't there. Nachi1 sustains through the ultimate, but will be finished off.
It's so good out of TL, but trades are there. Shopify stay in it. 4 versus 4 now. Daiki ready on this fade ult. Execute's not coming though. Shopify, again, reassess in the mid-round.
Look at that DRN sort of quick to rotate off A. Is like, wait a second, maybe I need to get back here. Interesting that Bastarda was actually the more committed anchor player in that U-Haul position.
Early round, they took space in showers with a C's nade and have since conceded that.
They have, and Shopify have done this again where they've left Sonder in hookah. So they're playing 3 players towards A, but can teleport if they want. If Sonder finds the pick, it's a couple of kills back to back, and Lori needs to get the spike and TP, but no!
She doesn't have it! Round's over, 20 seconds, this is unwinnable!
It all falls to pieces here. Lori sprinting back over towards A, but the timing, not necessarily. I actually think they have time. If they were sprinting with knives out, they have time to get a plant off.
Wait, she still has this! How is this round on?
Well, does Daiki not know the spike was down? How do you get a plant off here? That is ridiculous. I don't think she thought there was
time. This round is absurd. Daiki has a hog for the retake, though.
It's possible the spike was dropped in the smoke. I didn't quite catch that, so maybe missed it in the chaos.
Oh, but they line up!
Daiki!
She's got them both!
Look at that. Shopify make the decision to go for that late push, expecting maybe there could be a flank on the opposite side. But Daiki will restore it right there. The IGL gave up the spike, but got the kill to secure the round.
Fantastic work out of Team Liquid. I mean, chaos in that one.
Yeah, I mean, the utility from Team Liquid to shut down that B-long push, excellent. The shot calling from Shopify, again, leaving those anchor players, those lurk players, really on the attack, really good. But at the end of the day, a good timing, a good knowledge of when to swing right there is what brings it together for Daiki.
I'm struggling to think about this game, and we can see everything. I can only imagine for both these teams, particularly Team Liquid, figuring out these rotations from Shopify.
I mean, honestly, Daiki's biggest job is just convincing her teammates not to get, like, anxious and rotate off the sites, right? Like, now you've seen that. You've seen multiple times that players from Shopify have been moved up with early aggression and then left on an island.
She's just like, I promise you guys, they're gonna rotate again.
They're there.
They're not gonna commit.
They're hiding in the shadows, right? Like the fog of war is
everywhere.
a real thing. Oh no. We'll see if Shopify do looks like this again. I mean, it is just pistols for them. A couple of big ultimates, and Flowerful does have the chop, chamber op, for anyone unfamiliar with the terms. Me and Mimi are just incredibly lazy, right? Like operator, that's so many syllables.
That's pretty tough to say.
Chamber operator, that's even more syllables.
Tour de force, yeah, that's a lot too.
We'll leave that to Van Silly to say that one. We'll just say chop.
The portmanteaus are getting out of control.
Oh,
But the setup is great. This is the value of Breach. So perfect from Shopify.
The utility out of this team is obscene. I love it. Flowerful doesn't find the shot, and now Daiki coming around the corner. She is the executioner, locking them down. Lori and Flowerful just lands to the slaughter with Naxi around the corner for 3.
Team Liquid outdo it in this one. Shopify starts so strong with that Breach concuss into that Brim ult. To show for Potter on the desk for a second, her team does this when they started playing with Breach. They ran Breach, Raze, Fade. They do a seize outside, they stun, and it provides so much value. It's similar to that, but with the Brim ult instead. Cool idea, but it does not quite work out in the end with that flank from Naxi.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, right, didn't really have rifles coming into it. I think Flowerful's really going to want that first shot back. Maybe you find that could be a very different round and turn your attention from back triple towards U-Haul. Regardless, though, Shopify back to the slower ways as the ult comes down a short. Again, that default concuss from KP continues to come out, and we still have yet to that time we saw it comboed with the Brimstone ultimate. We haven't seen that really used with Sonder just yet, and I am waiting for the time that KP's like, yeah, this is the round. We're going to commit into that one.
Shopify now just trying to figure out how to work around this Viper's pit. No control in showers this time for TL, but they've conditioned aggression there with the Seize nade in a couple rounds previous.
Yes, they have. One thing to look out for is with DRN playing that top B-side 2 position, really nasty angle towards U-Haul, and again...
Flowerful just ducks the dog and swings back out for a free kill there. That feels a little bit misguided with how slow Shopify's been playing.
That's the thing, right? You have such fantastic stall. I mean, not just, this round with the Viper ultimate, but like so much stalling utility. Every single character on TL can slow things down. I think these solo pushes may be a little ambitious.
Okay, KP has a stun. If the dog makes contact with this Viper, they could stun off of it and keep her out of the pit, and she'll go for it. That's a great play, but there's no one to follow it up unless this Aftershock works.
They couldn't follow it because there was a Viper molly on the ground and an Astra pull. Inside of the Viper ult, it's insane, but they're trying to move out of showers now.
Yeah, and they are out on the front side. Viper down, there goes the pit. Shopify into this one with the plant down. Does TL even want to commit? The money is solid, but a save here may be a good call.
TRN has Cosmic Divide if things were to work, but you can see Shopify aware of that, playing very committed, entrenched inside U-Haul. Yeah, you just know the save is eventually going to come through. All the Daiki's so confident. She may just wait for the smoke to fall, see if she can pick something up on the way out.
Considers it, but Shopify's not giving anything away here. All 5 players left alive in this one. Sonder even ready on an off angle there. Very aware from Shopify Rebellion, and it's a little interesting that Daiki sticks around that much. Feels, again, a little bit misguided. Yeah,
I think sort of considering that Shopify, this is just coming after a save round, they don't have too much money, so potential picks there do hold some value.
And I think DRN might be able to buy someone into the next round, so it's not the worst thing to be losing out on that one. All good.
All good. All good at the end of the day. And I think, like, we sort of look, we zoom out a little bit how these teams have been playing. Like, this is really impressive stuff. And I think that Team Liquid is a team super hyped up in Brazil, but all I heard was like, yeah, they're cracked out aimers, right? Like, the start is insane, like, Daiki's so strong. This is a game where they're playing so well off of utility to stall out these really controlled hits from Shopify.
Yeah, and I think as well, for this Team Liquid squad, they've really elevated at this international event. They've been playing so structured together. Ooh, little bit of bonkage on the Skydog there. Bastarda not going to get as much information as she would like. Benita giving some respect to this one, but still wants to hold the space.
This is crazy. We've seen the slow walks out of B-Long. This is one up short. They don't even run into Bastarda. They could have potentially left her there, but TL make another really strong call, have numbers advantage, fall back. You see the space you just took. It doesn't matter now that you have those numbers advantage and all the tools to stall.
They know it's a B exec this time. They've re-cleared Shower, Sonder, and Showstopper misses this time, and DRN will profit. Naxi below. Do they know? Absolutely. It's Flowerful on 2, and through the site they'll dive, but Daiki in the back line's a Spectre, an angle, the timing. Does she have it? Just maybe. Not quite. Lori on the other side trades one for one, and now a 2 versus 2 with both players from TL flanking.
Yeah, from both angles too, right? Hookah and B-Long. Flowerful has a great position
Lori
here,
has
CT.
a dog too. She could see this if she commits, but decides against it.
Teleports down. Flowerful can go for the swing. It's a double swing. What a call. Perfection there from Shopify Rebellion.
Now just Natchy one. In a 1 versus 2. She couldn't clutch to save the map last time. Maybe she can now. Better odds, but position noted. A double swing. Shopify again excellent in the late rounds.
You hear those screams, Shopify Rebellion.
I don't think that's even the fans. That's just Shopify
no, that's
getting
just them.
excited.
That's literally them. They're doing everyone's job out there. And the calls, the double swing to set up Flowerful for the kill. So nice.
The first big land for 4 out of 5 of these players. A crowd that's not really rooting for them. They do not care. They are so comfortable, so confident here on the stage.
So good. In all of the chaos too, right? 4 versus 5 to start out the round. They lose to that early push. Then they lose Sonder coming out of Hookah, right, with the Razor that doesn't actually find anything. But like the desk was talking about, the trading from Shopify Rebellion, so good. Flowerful comes out, is able to capitalize off of sort of the broken crosshair that Sonder was able to create with double satcheling out towards Hookah, the ultimate in hand. Really, really nicely done, and the awareness as well with those teleports coming in. Shopify Rebellion, even in the insanity, so many times have been able to be so focused and so crisp in their communications.
Yeah, and this attack side is really starting to snowball for them. Team Liquid is back down on an eco. They're taking their first stack duel timeout here on round 8. If they can't turn this next rifle round into their favor, things could get pretty bad.
And the hard thing is, I think this comp from Team Liquid is not good at being proactive on defense. Right? Like, you don't have that much setup for the Raze, right? You have Raze Fade, and that's your best tool, I feel, but you don't have those agents that want to take the opening fights like a Chamber.
And it's interesting, because despite the lack of that contact agent, they're still making so many of these contact plays.
Yeah, they went for the couple B-long pushes. Those were punished. Now, this last A-short push,
a little more reserved.
It worked, and one thing they didn't reveal was that Bastarda had actually walked all the way up. All they showed was one player went into Cubby, so that's something Team Liquid could maybe tap into a little bit later if they want to walk her up again.
And that was the Roomba they sent there, so now they're trying to condition for Shopify that you always have to be there to contain this aggression short.
Shopify just, I mean, they're just waiters, right? Like, they wait until a minute 10, minute 5. Like,
they're paid by the hour.
Team Liquid are going to come in. Oh, yeah, you know, just extending, getting the big paychecks. I like that. They tried to do that yesterday, and then we had to go home. Wait to run it back again.
I didn't want
They just wanted one more day of games.
Well, they've gotten that. Shopify giving a lot of respect to this eco, keeping things just as slow, waiting for TL to get aggressive, but I don't think they will. It's a 4-1 stack over towards B. Shopify's yet to find that out. 50 seconds left, though, and the thing with Bind is, like, up until, like, 10 seconds on the clock, you can still do anything because of the teleporters.
It's so true. As long as you have, like, that one lurk player that's trying to clear space, because that's the problem when you go for late round TP and you don't have that solo player, which right now, all grouped is 5, running into 4.
This could become a little bit dangerous. 30 seconds. That clock could be the enemy. Still, if TLF stall.
I mean, Bastarda has the ultimate.
Are they falling back?
No, they're pulling the ultimate out because there's so little time on the clock. Daiki gets a kill too. Shopify are going to lose on time to an eco?
Maybe. Can they run this quickly? 15 seconds
No, the game is over.
Mad dash.
They've literally lost. They do not have time.
No way.
They literally just fell asleep in the middle of a round. Team Liquid realized, said, okay, I guess we'll ult because you're literally not on the site.
Sleeping at the wheel, they drive straight off the highway, not even looking.
It's just a disaster. I can't remember ever seeing anything like that. Complete gun advantage, not doing anything, waiting. Oh, it's the eco. Team Liquid are going to push into us. What a miss from Shopify Rebellion.
And that was their round to continue their momentum, to secure the better part of this half. They have let Team Liquid back in. They've welcomed them in their house, provided some excellent service at that.
The service here is excellent. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is that round that Shopify, right? We're early days still. 4-4, tied up. They keep their guns, no problem. But in a close series, which we know it is neck and neck between TL and Shopify, that is one you could look back in a loss and will forever haunt you.
I'm sure that their coach is molding watching that right now, but they've got to reset themselves because this round is just as important.
Will they do anything?
Maybe they give themselves like 30 extra seconds this
They give
time?
themselves 30 extra
That'd
seconds.
be a good adaptation.
Yeah, that's the thing is, Bind is a little bit different because on most maps, it's like if you go for a site hit around like 50, 40 seconds, you still have time to potentially rotate into the other one. Bind can do it a little bit quicker, especially working down towards B long with the quick A teleport, but I don't know. This could be an idea to just post Sonder up in hookah one more time like they went for previously. You can see Benita is the lurk option for them, but that means they don't have smokes on B side. That's the problem with running Brim as your lurker is, okay, we're executing without the smokes.
They're just sending it. Flowerful close corner. The flash is good enough that the gun in the corner does not matter on Nachi 1. B site taken now, and a solid setup for the post here, too.
I like this. Benita has made the switch up and is going to hold the teleporter, right? That has been something TL have gone for a lot, is these late round retake teleports.
Is she actually lurking all the way back through? I think they expect a save, and she's ready to fight.
Oh, that's sick. What a good spot. I absolutely love that.
Or not?
She's made it all the way up into U-Haul. She's going to try to post up.
Bastarda should be aware of this one.
She's aware.
This should be a free kill.
Second try is the charm.
That's what they say.
That's what they, as everyone says, second try is the charm, yes. Naturally. Shopify are gonna be able to rinse off round 8, secure round 9 here.
Well, this is the round you need after losing a tilter like that. All good. We have rifles, they have rifles, we'll still win.
Yeah, so one thing I want to look at here, remember that, get that defensive Viper wall in your mind, because that's what I'm going to talk about here. Because, A, that's just like a solid stall wall in general, but with the way Benita was playing, which was hiding outside the teleport, waiting to catch the players teleporting themselves, that wall actually has value in post-plant situations, right? It actually blocks off teleporter running into hookah, which could potentially come into play here with these B site takes.
Yeah, and Shopify still, that's not really an issue for them. They're feeling good. They're feeling happy. The vibe's up for this team. For TL, they're going to force back into this one. One Bulldog, so a solid buy.
Benito, one off the Brim ult. And again, slow. Waiting to see what Team Liquid are going to show them. The information Shopify have gotten now is that Fade Cat down towards Showers, also Bastarda taking this opening fight. Very much a chamber-like position, and you need a player like Bastarda to be willing to make a move like that. And what this has caused is there is no more fallback pattern into the A site. It's full up in towards Hookah. Naxi, are they ready for Naxi in the corner? They absolutely are. Paint shells, but no one to clear the corner. Naxi, how patient are you going to be?
Sonder gets away, and Flowerful is there for the trade. The trigger discipline falls apart. Still 1-for-1, and fallen is Sonder. Only Lori 1 versus 3.
Yeah, well, Sonder turned around to the teleport.
Oh, she
saw the head. She saw the head. No, the shots aren't quite there. Waiting. Oh, God, they're dancing the movement. No one can hit a shot. Lori finally finds it. 1 versus 2. Getting pinched down on. DRN is there to secure the round.
5-5. Team Liquid back in this one. That's a big rifle round for them to be winning. And this time are able to shut down that slower style out of Shopify. Bastarda up on this angle to get things started.
A little pullback start, looks like there, to set Bastarda up for the shots, and love that. Find the spam shot through the teleporter. It does not seem like Shopify have found a way to deal with that teleport play, and again, there it's a little bit more difficult because with I was baited. It looks like they were able to find that. Maybe a drop came in from a teammate on that one. Is Team Liquid going to be A-okay when all is said and done? I think Shopify, one of the things that looked good for them on defense on the last map was a lot of change of pace, but we didn't see too much on attack. It was a lot of the grouping as 5. Now we're seeing a lot of the slow spreading out as 5. Waiting to see what utility is going to be. And the main thing they've been able to surmise with the early plays is where are the Sky and where are the Fade from Team Liquid, because they've been switching up on the opposite extremities. This time around, Nachi1 is able to send the flash down B long. And that tells them exactly what's going on this B site.
This round could be a big one for Shopify. Like you were mentioning, TL's economy is at a breaking point. They will not have as many big ults online towards the end of this game. And again, with these contact pushes, it feels like they have never once
It's 1 minute, 10 seconds. It's like so within 5 seconds of 110, that's when it's always happening. The stall utility is there, but no one actually to trade off of it whatsoever.
And it's really interesting because they have the information tools in this composition. You have the Sky, you have the Fade, you have the Roomba on your Raze. You have so much util for the Ray clear, but it seems like they're entrenched in this style of these contact pushes.
Yeah, you know, the utility we saw from TL was Nachi1 sent the Sky Flash down B long, and it didn't get a blind. So I think they're almost out-thinking themselves in a way where it's like, okay, no one's outside B long, but we've seen multiple times the players actually hide away from that utility.
That's how one of those contact pushes failed.
Right, so they're trying to quickly push up out of hookah if the site hit is about to be on A around 110, around 1 minute when the breach utility is going to be coming back. That's when attacking teams like to sort of hit the gas on a play like that. It allows them to very quickly flank, and with a Viper there, you can orb off the tripwire. All this stuff would work, but I think that the way Shopify have been playing every single round, which Team Liquid should be aware of, is it's the slow 5-player spread, and that is not the idea with TL's comp.
Yeah, and TL has been struggling to adapt to that style. This is, of course, their first international tournament. They have played on boot camps in Europe before, but this style of the super slow, extremely patient bind is, I think, one that they're really struggling with.
It's definitely been a tough look for them. Also, in Flowerful is just finding 14 kills here on the Chamber. Usually Chamber's a little bit quieter on the attacking side, you know, don't have the ability to quickly capitalize, take space. That's when your Raze players tend to pop off. Nah, been kind of the Flowerful show thus far. As TL, one more chance to tie things up. They had that insane start of 4K. Oh my god, we're finally doing it! The double satchel showers! I waited 12 rounds and here it is!
We're getting it. Is it successful? Oh, absolutely. 2-for-1 trade. That's great from Shopify. They'll go quickly on this split. Showstopper up, but DRN not clear. They'll just absolutely BM her. Ult in, Benita swing, freeze kill of her life. It's only 2 left.
Look at Nachi1, hit the teleport immediately here in showers.
Benita's aware though. She's so ready on that angle.
The teleport was noted from Shopify. Audio crisp enough to be able to know that one's coming in, not out of range.
Axie's alone here. A little bit of noise being given away with that jump peek towards short. Shopify's suspicious of a flank here, but they do still have KP holding, and this timer is just taking so far.
Not going to get it done. Lori closing out the half, 7-5. Shopify Rebellion run it back. And finally, with the pace shift, they actually just mind-controlled TL. We're going to play slow for 11 rounds in a row. And finally, when they hit the gas, they're just zooming down out of showers.
And I think that speaks to the flexibility that this composition provides them. They have that Sentinel so they can go fast and have their flank watch. They have this double initiator so they can set up Sonder fast. There's a lot of good options, and you can see they are enjoying them. Shopify, let's see if they're going to be able to close this one out, as we will send things down to the desk.
Thank you very much, Mimi and Ender. What a half we saw there, Athena. I don't think I remember seeing such a weird half of Valorant.
That was maybe the strangest game I've ever watched. Like, honestly, I think there were so many things going at play here, but I really, really just wanted to talk about this one round. It is round 5. Both these teams were doing such a good job kind of using their utility to delay. And here we saw Shopify actually finding Bastarda in showers and completely punishing her. They used the breach stun, they used the Brimel, and they absolutely just, she denied her any space and any chance at living there. Funnily enough, they ended up losing this round, but I think that that amount of map control is something that's really, really insane. They continue to use the cabbages, they sent out all that they have, and it kind of looked like it's working out for the best, but I guess just the follow-up just wasn't the best. And actually, the round just before this, they also used a breach out trying to take that long control. And so both these teams are using so much utility, and to respond, Team Liquid used the Astra Suck, the Sky Flash, and so it's just like, it's like a constant battle. And then we had a couple of those rounds that I think Shopify should have won.
Yeah, exactly. I do like the prep coming out for both squads. You can absolutely see it. Both squads putting a lot of emphasis on either fighting those early picks or having that sort of stop power. But looking forward, on the other side of things, the double controller for the attack side, now that we're swapping sides, that should allow Team Liquid a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more freedom. That Viper completely changes the pace in which the attackers start inching forward, right? And for Shopify's side, KP on that breach, you're looking straight at her to be able to tee up her teammates and find out exactly whether Team Liquid are actually behind the Viper wall or if it's just all a ruse.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be a little hard with the solo initiator. I'm really looking forward to see how both these teams play. I mean, Liquid was struggling to adapt to the way that Shopify started playing, the slow playstyle that we kind of said they struggled a little bit yesterday on Icebox, so I wonder if they're going to be able to pull it back today.
Yeah, we love some weirdness in Valorant, don't we? And am I about to do the weird champ toss? What do you think, Ender?
I'll take it. I'll take it, Sue. The weird champ follows me wherever I go. But you know what? I'm haunted by it. But you know what? These teams aren't. Because these teams, they're PogChamp.
Okay, we're moving on from that one. And we're talking about the game at hand here. Shopify Rebellion. So close to greatness. Top 3 guaranteed if they can close out this map.
And shout out, you just saw there, Sandra 8-2 in opening duels here today. Great look for her. Oh my God, Shopify are they just love this 4-1 spread. Like, leave Flowerful over on an island. Here we go. 3 players outside in Octagon and no one to be able to trade out over on long.
Benita dies back sight, but what are they going to do with this long control? It's a reflank all the way around the world. It's KP holding. Daiki's in the corner. This could get tough. Daiki will have support on this one. Swing through. Right click again, failing her. Unbinded KP. It has not worked for her once. Lori, a bit more successful, but now it's only Flower full and well. She's got some snappy shots. It's not enough to find Naxi nor the round.
A lot of parallels to draw here in this game compared to Fracture before. 7-5 half, right? Shopify leading, then Team Liquid are able to get the pistol round win. This time around, don't expect Shopify to go for any sort of force or something like this. But one of the things that I think Potter really set up well on the desk that we're going to track, Team Liquid with this comp. That time, very fast execute towards the site, but with this default Viper wall going straight down A short, that is a permanent lurk presence wall, right? Either from your Viper or your Astra, right? Astra with those global smokes doesn't have to be with the rest of her team, so in a similar way to how Shopify were quickly taking space with utility and then leaving one player to lurk, TL can do it a little bit more passively. You don't have to commit full utility from your teammates, and instead, you can just throw up those smokes and creep on forward.
And they are, again, slow. Very much a mirror of the first half. And I think that's what's been really interesting about these series. The first map, we have the same comps, we have similar styles. Here again, it seems like we might see some of that same similarity between these two squads.
Oh, the dog not actually spotting the position of Sandra, although Sandra is not risking it on that. Instead, just jumps on back.
Well, just wants a bait for her shorties in the tube.
Holding hands right there. Wait, Benita has her knife out. There we go.
All good.
Pistol in hand.
Well, Sandra spotted. Let's see how much these rats in the tube can get done. Liquid's still not aware of it.
The chip damage actually big for a Shorty. Shorty not always a guaranteed one pump, but when you get him low like that, it allows KP to find the frag.
Lori's gotten a kill as well here, and there's still a player ratting in this tube. They have a cat to clear though. Good utility and a takedown from Naxi. That was really the only risk in this round. It's now just Flowerful. Doesn't have any headhunter bullets. It's only this classic.
Diligent utility from Team Liquid on the site take against the pistols, making sure they're able to clear everything. That's another thing with this comp. It's interesting because Shopify's comp was so explosive on the attack, right? Double flashers. Whereas with Team Liquid, you have like multiple scout characters, right? The Fade can sort of scout you in. Nachi1 has the dog as well. So it's a lot more about slowly taking space and flushing angles as opposed to setting up for kills. What is that? No one's looking at elbow. Daiki will finish it off.
Imagine
all
if
good.
she has Headhunter there. She could have actually won that round if she had a couple Headhunter bullets. Scary stuff for Team Liquid, but they keep it in control. We tie again, 7-7.
If anyone was going to be able to clutch up a round, it would be Flowerful. What is that? 18 kills here.
Compare her performance yesterday to today. I think it was very much Lori and Sonder as well, taking the prize, taking the spotlight in that game. But here, it has been so much the value that Flowerful's providing.
100%, because also, like, if you look back even further than that, Shopify have been a team, while, yes, very skilled individual players, very rarely you have those standout performers, right? Like, anyone on the team can frag. You don't have one person, you know, really opening up a gap between kills, but between Sandra on our previous map, Flowerful now, we're having those map-to-map standouts. And that's that extra layer that if Shopify are going to be a #1 team, you need to have those stars.
Flowerful sticking around. They have thrown the kitchen sink at her in this corner, and it's not the utility, but the headshot instead from Naxi that finally contends with it. This gets a little bad now for Shopify. 2 rifles conceded. TL have a post plant, and they're a player up.
Yeah, giving up the information on the teleport there too. Benita has a shotgun, by the way. That is a judge in her hand. I don't know how you retake a site with that, so all comes down to KP and Sonder. Sonder finding the chunk damage. It'll be a backside plant. Rarely ever see that, especially without CT control, and 2 players just entrenched on the back of the site.
Sonder has 1 satchel, so she can try and get out a little bit quicker. Here, yeah, it's perfect, but it's not followed up. Benita gets one in the smoke, and now this judge is actually perfect close in the site. She'll find a second. It's actually planted close in the tube there, so Daiki is cut off completely. There's absolutely no way she can stop this. Round's over.
Impeccable stuff there. Shopify Rebellion, and all credit to KP. I mean, the concuss to allow her teammates to quickly close down onto the space. She was the solo elbow player, and somehow that helps, you know, Benita find a frag with the judge there too. Because it was not a great start, right? Those Shopify players down long got pinched as the hookah players ended up dropping, had to sort of force themselves out into these open fights, and with the firing squad there, shut it down. But I just can't believe the judge was able to find 2 kills on the retake. That's absurd.
Yeah, a very strange round. We have had a number of them here in this
space.
series thus far.
I love it. Benita actually wasn't able to upgrade or decided, hey, I prefer the judge regardless. So that'll be one more time with that.
It's something about this team and the judge. Already at this tournament. That's the second big judge clip we've seen out of one of their members.
Absolutely love it. Why not, you know? Just dancing around the smokes.
Flowerful's actually stuck around on this angle, even though she was initially flashed off. It's a tough one to clear for TL, especially without that hookah control, but they don't want anything there. They're going to split back towards A, but Shopify still has 2 players here.
Well, here's the thing, though, is TL commit to the TPs without already creeping up towards A short. So it's just a minute on the clock, full execute towards the site. 3 players backside for Shopify Rebellion, so they're going to take their time on this one.
Look at the stall showers. That player hasn't been able to make it out just yet. The Astro Util is good to keep Sonder at bay, but the fight over the U-Haul position, that might be what's pivotal in this round. Viper's Pit comes up. Naxi goes down. That will find nothing. TRN on the bench. 2 versus 4. She needs more, though. 3 left. Flash. Turn shot. Not there. Only Bastarda. She's a hero, but she cannot do it now. Shopify retake and claim 9.
They're able to make it happen right there. Really impactful round. Lori to close things out as well, because honestly, it felt like Team Liquid really wanted to find opening fights, right? They spent so much utility to get on the site as you need to, but Shopify didn't do anything. It was just Benita posted up in towards U-Haul. Now she's actually got the ultimate off of securing the kill in the previous round. Things starting to get a little bit more concerning now for Team Liquid. I think so far throughout this tournament, right? Like even in the win yesterday, Bastardo was a player that was not like top fragging consistently. She had those breakout rounds that absolutely won them for a team where she's dropping 3-4 kills and completely spinning them out of losing positions for Team Liquid. That is a player that we have to find in these pivotal rounds. Maybe not this one, but the next rifle round. That is going to be absolutely monumental if Team Liquid want to force us onto a 3rd map. And I think Bastarda on the stack has to be able to find an opening kill, and she'll have the showstopper for it.
Powerful in the corner. Again, heavy utility invested to clear her. And the Seeker's actually getting trapped in that pull for a moment, but the Util is here again to delay. Somehow, she's found a gap, and Nachi won. She's ratted her way through a gap of her own. So, another situation where Team Liquid is up in the post.
And once you post up here, you have the one-ways, you have all the controllers just smoke on through. Lori takes the peek, will fall back, has a flash in 1 second, is gonna dog first, potentially to set up Flowerful to go for a swing out of the wall. As the spike is planted, retake here is gonna be tough. They need to find Daiki.
No flank here. It's all this retake from the spawn side. Flash through, Daiki not blinded. TL want to fight towards the spawn. The stun is great, and they'll find 2 off the Sheriffs. I mean, this could be a flawless round here. KP is still stuck. She's behind the one-way. Laura's found something, but she's the only one on the site. 3 players left alive. The time's just not going to work out for this one.
It all falls to pieces. I mean, Team Liquid, I say next round, that'll be a big one, but just sneaking away another Thrifty? They did this on Fracture. It wasn't enough to win the map. This may be it for them. Stealing away 2 Thrifties already on this with the round that stalled out from Shopify, and proving that if they are in fact able to take the site, especially that B site with the Viper Orb setup, it is near impossible for Shopify to get back out without a flank of their own.
Great work from Nachi1. She was full stunned. Get that pivotal kill with the Sheriff. And that orb, the cycle is really well timed. Wait for the Astral Wall to drop, wait for the smoke to drop, then the orb goes up. There's so much to fight through if you're Shopify, and you've already drained your utility towards Elbow.
So ideas for Shopify to think about now. Hey, no Sentinel on the opposite side, no Chamber,
Double
right?
flank.
Can we potentially set up some flanks if it's going to be over to the B side? Don't think it's necessarily as crucial for Shopify in retaking the A side to have that flank, but definitely over towards B. You saw the problems of working out through CT, just nigh impossible.
TP crunch available here. No one in showers really, so it would kind of be a one-sided affair. You see the Aster's actually holding for this DRN ready. Knife is out, no one even watching this angle, and Shopify will get nothing from it.
Yeah, Shopify, I think after the last round, Red, we do need to go for the flanks regardless of sight, but Team Liquid were not overcommitted whatsoever. It's the power of that A short wall, right? Is Shopify know the trip was activated, are expecting many more players to be working down that, but Team Liquid were guarding all the exits, guarding the teleports. That sets them up with a huge advantage here, but there is a Rolling Thunder for KP.
KP wanted to invest this, but Bastarda's in spawn.
Yeah, that is not normal. Honestly, looking at the map, Flowerful looks like a normal... they're just watching every single angle.
So well constructed in that round.
That was such an impressive round for Team Liquid. I cannot overstate that. And you have to be creative. You cannot brute force your way past Shopify Rebellion with this double smoke, double sort of scouty type composition. You just don't have the setup for Bastarda really to accomplish that. But the way they play so, not necessarily cautiously, but leaving no gaps in them.
Thorough, I think it would be the word that comes to mind. And again, we're seeing comparisons drawn between these teams. Team Liquid is falling for these incredibly slow, attack-sided rounds where Shopify was letting that clock drain. And it kind of happens again here. Shopify commits to it a little bit too early.
Well, Shopify are back to that 4-1 way of playing. Flowerful, here's the orb taken. Here's it finished off. They're in position to trade off one another. The trade does come through. Bastarda lost, though. Again, really slows things down for Team Liquid.
And that's not a beneficial trade for Shopify. They have to fall off this 4-stack setup they had towards B.
They do. Now Team Liquid aren't...
I mean, people could be anywhere on the A side. They have to re-clear everything if they want to retake.
That tripwire you see on the map, it doesn't do anything. Flowerful is dead. That is completely worthless. And yet, Team Liquid aren't extending off of that, don't have the read necessarily that's going to be a 4-1, although that dog gave so much information. Entire backside of A blocked off. Maybe there's a U-Haul player. That's the only thing they really have to be concerned about. So potentially a little surprising that they do commit over towards B.
It's a full retake setup towards that A site now, which means Bonita anchoring. She needs something big. Molly through. Is it well timed? Can she get her gun back out? Yes. Maxi falls away, but she swings into DRN. 40 seconds left. Another mid-round from TL. Back to A.
They gave up Bonita's position to go for the Molotov there. Now 3 players here. Still could potentially teleport into B. They have the time to make this happen if they want to. Passing over, going for the teleport now. They'll have the late showers player. Sonder has ultimate and paint shells, so potential to stall out here as Nachi1 gets right up in her face. Oh, the trade again we saw from Bastarda last game. And here for Sonder too.
Plant still yet to come through. 10 seconds left. Rolling Thunder committed in, but it doesn't get DRN off the plant. Aftershock's there, but it's too late to find effect. Flash on the front side, swing late to capitalize. And now everyone's falling back. Bar DRN close to the site, and she'll find her kill. KP alone, and she can't do it from the crossfires. TL shut down. They're the first to double digits here on Bind.
Oh man, I didn't catch if it was Daiki or DRN that went for the plant, but the awareness to get out of way of a potential CT breach, then planting open, even though it's triple, aware that you have 2 players down short, you need to make them to be in a position to swing off of a potential defuse. Shopify had a chance on the retake, but the 1-for-1 hurts.
If Sonder lives there, this is a very different round, but unfortunately she was low enough HP that push close towards a showstopper trades it out. Shopify will take their time out.
Money not looking good. Down 9-10. We've seen a lot of thrifties, though, today between these two teams. I think Shopify had 1, TL had 3. Maybe I'm missing one from Shopify, but there have been a whole heck of a lot. Important to remember, Bastarda did get dropped early in that round, so still has the ultimate ready to go.
Let's talk about solutions for Shopify. TL's ideas were start getting more extremity contact pushes up, start just basically never rotating and leaning heavily into retakes. Is it something similar for Shopify?
I think Shopify, it's been a very quiet half from Flowerful, now that I think about it. The last few rounds, Flowerful has not gotten a ton of
This is where Chambers normally thrive.
Exactly.
She had something like 15 kills going into the half.
Exactly, right? But it's kind of hard to up, again, when there's so much scouting on the opposite side. I think holding hard angles is a little bit more challenging for the Chamber with all the utility on Team Liquid's site, but potentially taking more aggressive steps forward could be an idea for Flowerful here. There is some utility to play off of too, but I think Flowerful just putting herself in positions to take more early fights, not just to get the opening kills, but also to get the information for the team, because this is a comp from Team Liquid that just thrives at making you confused, you know, making you just expect there to be someone right next to you and taking space constantly.
Shopify have had to be so cautious as a result.
That's why you see the flash and the dog come on through. Shopify have been cautious, and they have to wait out all the utility. Flowerful was there, wanted to take the late peek into showers just like we saw from her last round, but she can't. The utility is too thorough.
TL has gotten this orb in showers pretty much every single round. Shopify has been unable to contest that space due to their heavier commitment towards B, which I think is kind of a symptom of their struggles with retaking that site thus far.
Look at this, the B long walkout right at that minute mark. Star pulled back, flashes through, but again, this angle for a defender to push for is just so hard unless you catch this attacking player out in the open, right? But when DRN, you know, not going to overextend, not going to take a risk like that, it just really shuts down the options.
And it's so well timed from Team Liquid. As Shopify starts to shrink their space towards long, they now look to commit. Ult is through, but 3 players in hookah.
The scouting ult's just coming out in force. Now, Benita has used her last smoke in this round. That's going to cause TL. They realize 3 players over towards B. Let's blitz to A.
They'll go fast in this one. Benita in the corner. Just a stinger. Molly through. That separates Bastarda from her team. Showstopper, though, is enough. She'll move. She'll groove her way into the site. The weapon recovered, Flowerful, making so much noise. It's a triple flank. It's 15 seconds. If they deny plant, maybe a chance at winning this round. It's yet to come through. Flowerful down, 10 seconds. Dikey on the plant. And it doesn't look like they'll be able to deny. Lori from short finds to huge on the Sheriff. And now even numbers. Weapons recoverable. A heal coming through.
Lori has ultimate. There's 3 players alive. She could use it to try and spot out the players. Very low HP. 2 Sheriffs and a rifle. KP finds 1.
But look at the spike plant. It's towards backside. They have their Astra alive, but DRN in trouble. She's struck on this box and cannot stand. 1 left. IGL, Dikey in the 1 versus 2. They're on the spike, and KP wants to hold this. She wants this half. Swing through, Haunt broken. Spike, half, and Dikey needs to isolate this one. But Sonder has the headshot, and Shopify have the round.
It's another thrifty round. These teams are just pulling it out of absolutely nowhere. What a retake. Shopify deciding to go for multiple players on the flank. It works. They've been looking for that a couple of times now, and it finally comes together.
And it's all Lori. She was the player that kept them alive in Game Changers 3. The lower final, they almost lost to Misfits. They almost lost the opportunity to qualify here.
And she survived on 5 HP. The trade did not come through. That allowed her to get the Seekers out, reveal everything. The patience here, a couple of taps, not committing after the half stick, knowing we've got time. Shopify, calm in these moments continually. It is such impressive work out of KP leading this squad.
And TL start towards hookah. In the next one, Shopify again. Changing their setup this time. You see that deeper chamber trip towards A with heavier space towards showers. This is space that they've barely touched in the map previous.
Team Liquid, counter to how you'd expect this comp to play out, have not actually gone for a lot of these A-short walks. So my eyes are really on Naxi in this round. You still have DRN guarding the late showers push. And, I mean, there's 3 players here. Oh, yeah, that's going to cause the teleport straight into DRN's waiting arms. The setup from Team Liquid is so pretty.
That is excellent out of them. The preparation available, and now they have a minute to play with in this mid-round.
Yeah, getting ready to pop down the Astral Wall. Flowerful will be the absolute pivot point here for Shopify.
But if she holds this space, they could re-pinch through the showers. They could try and take down DRN if the timing's right.
DRN has the timing. Flowerful turned around, and now that late showers walk up.
Jack said Flowerful aware. This is just
It's a
game
waiting
of timing.
game.
But the thing is that DRN doesn't really need to push. No, commits to space. Flowerful takes her down.
And now to KP on the flank. Eyes on her.
It has to be Naxi holding this line, but again, it might be a game of timing. Naxi.
She
still
doesn't get
on
the
it,
shot.
But doesn't have the shot, and
Triple
now it's stun
concuss.
available. So much utility.
They're all starting to flood out now. KP knows Naxi's here. The rest of the team trying to re-clear over towards U-Haul. Lori does not find that opening kill, but KP, the dagger on the opposite side. Benita, that's going to be a half stick. It may just be a full stick. She has protection from short as KP comes around. Shopify Rebellion, and KP move up to 11.
KP doing it all. She keeps Benita in it. She keeps Shopify in the most pivotal round of this game. Another retake, another defuse, another round of Shopify.
The calling, round in and round out. The flank there and the shots as well. Utility on top. What can't she do?
And rewind this round. Think how well it started for TL. A free kill on the flank, a free shutdown, a free sight, everything given to them, but KP steals it all away. And listen to the hype. They are feeling it right now, Christy.
They absolutely are. Team Liquid, a heartbreaking round from Thrifty to that.
I have to find you.
Now they'll try and make a change. Fast towards A, the destination. A stun there again. This stall from Shopify, good.
Hits all 4 players. You can flash yourself out of the wall, but the wall comes down. No one's watching showers. What is going on?
They're fast through. Sonder somewhat alone in this one. Bridge all comes through. That's a re-clear. KP on the swing. Sonder taking them all down. She is absolutely destructive on the raise. And this round is all but lost. Team Liquid trapped out of the sight.
KP does everything to set Sonder up for success there. DRN potentially calling this round off entirely. It would be a 2 versus 5, and the swarm of Shopify Rebellion just gathered around the spike. TL have to wait a long 40 seconds as this one just slips completely away.
Shopify doesn't want to hunt, though. Their money's still low. They know how pivotal it is to keep this round clean. Both teams now.
Left.
Time to talk, time to discuss a very, very important round coming up, in particular for Team Liquid.
Team Liquid, they've tried the slow play. That was their first real attempt at trying to burst out onto the A site. And what happens? KP hits 4 players with a concussed down A short. I just don't even know. Then Sonder is able to play off of the breach ult again from KP to perfection. That was a 2 versus 5 performance, it seemed like, from Sonder and KP. That duo, just unbeatable.
Match point.
Team Liquid, they get their save. They get their buy into this next round. But Shopify, 2 chances to close in regulation.
Free for me. Spike down A.
Team Liquid looks set for 2 rounds here in terms of the economy. Important as they try to keep things even. Again, Shopify to win here. 2-0 would send them up against G2, guarantees them a top 3 finish. This team has always been number 2 in North America. It was always Cloud9 white and then Shopify Rebellion right underneath them. And this tournament, I feel like almost no one was actually talking about Shopify Rebellion.
They were the team forgotten coming in. They were the team that was like, oh, Cloud9 white, the best team in the tournament. And then he has Shopify too.
And now they have the chance to just completely steal the show, right? You just blitz out 2 wins against Team Liquid here. You got a chance against G2, and then potentially you're beating the team that beat C9. You're beating the team, you're going to the finals yourself. You could be that final boss, but it all starts with closing out this match against TL, and TL are going to come in with all the ideas needed to try and force us into an OT.
This is a round 2 years in the making for Shopify Rebellion. They've always wanted to escape from Cloud9, to make their own story. To finish at the top of an event like this. And they could be so close to doing so, if only they close this out.
Who's going to be the player to step up from Team Liquid? Is it going to be Daiki? Every game, top performer for this team, or is it going to be Bastarda? Right, to have those rounds. She is always the player that has the huge explosive rounds. been a little quiet this game, but you know she's always waiting for her moment to make a play. Team Liquid, 5 players outside of B, not playing that spread out style, instead very willing to commit in, potentially after that molly goes out.
Hits in, fade ult through, but Team Liquid still stalled up. Bastarda swings through, Bonita's down. That is a start to a comeback, but the pinch is coming. Shopify from the backlines. Naxi holding this though. They're trapped now in that teleporter.
Well, they can just turn. They know it's 2 players in that TP. A side has to be soft at this point, but they've also worked in to that B site. The plant may come through. Naxi, the dagger, right next to these 2 players of Shopify Rebellion, the 2 most important players, KP and Sonder. She finds one, and she turns it, but no, Sonder is able to get the second.
But Daiki, she's here, close corner, showstopper, and Sonder can't find it, only Flowerful. 4 versus 1, Team Liquid trying to stay alive. In the site, she'll talk.
30 seconds.
Information trying to be gained, but that time is ticking, and Flowerful trying to plant herself.
She still has the spike. It's completely in the open. She knows there's players that have worked into elbow, potentially CT.
But they're patient. TL's re-earned their utility of flash on Nachi 1, but
10
another shot
seconds.
for Flowerful. 1 versus 2, they're trying to plant. She needs to try and get them off a chance at this one around the corner. The elbow spotted. The Sky utility out! Flowerful, no! It's stolen away from her! The Sky Seekers win the round for Team Liquid!
That was insane!
I've never seen that before.
The Seeker gets in the way. Either the damage blocked, it was almost a blind, just absolutely hiding the final player of Team Liquid.
Not only that, the Seekers ate the damage. She would have had the kill.
Absolutely insane. Backs against the wall. Shopify, I mean, Flowerful is just playing her heart out here. Had the timing to win out the round, but Daiki starts things off on 0 HP, is able to kill Sonder, and then yes, as you say, the damage eaten up. No one knows what just happened.
No one can believe it in the server, I'm sure. But we have to go again. Round 24.
You run it back here, and you look. There's a Viper's Pit and a post plant for Naxi. I think Team Liquid, they want to plant on the B site, right? B site has been perfect for them in the post plant. So hard for Shopify to reclaim space there. And also Shopify, a little bit soft leaning towards that site. Flowerful and Sonder, the 2 heavy hitters, over towards Shower at the moment.
In this final round, this is where the calling really matters between KP and Daiki. Daiki, she grew up with this team, just 16 when she joined its core. 2 years on, first international event for them, first chance at greatness, and they're staring down that lower bracket.
Shopify Rebellion, they got the information. Players, ouch! Lori finds the opening frag against Bastarda.
It might just be the end. It might just be Shopify in the top 3. Bonita has her ultimate. That could be huge. A dog to reclear. Did the stun connect? Not quite. She's patient. Now ready on it. Sees the dog coming through the flash. In hand dive. She catches it. A big kill. Now odds are even. A Viper ult through. But ult's committed as well. Not going to find anything for Shopify. DRN takes down Sonder. They're staying in this.
All 3 players of Shopify Rebellion stuck in elbow. Bonita the one to lead the charge, work the way out to the site. Still a player down long. Daiki has been so big for Team Liquid, and it all comes down to this.
Just Flowerful again. Can she run it back? Can she win the clutch? A 1 versus 3. Too big. Team Liquid live. Overtime achieved.
It couldn't happen any other way. Team Liquid refused to go down without a fight. Chaotic rounds back and forth. Shopify lost out the last one to a Seeker, and here it's a crossfire that absolutely does them in. Team Liquid, absolute madness here, and they have a chance still to force us to a 3rd map.
This team will not go out without a fight. Now the reset button called. 12-12, a new game. Shopify back on the attack.
What do we remember from Shopify's attack? They don't do anything for 30 seconds. They hold the extremities, and Team Liquid around 110 always were pushing.
This is where the nerves are important. Daiki needs to keep her players in control. No one can overpush this. No one can over-rotate. One mistake, and this game gets stolen back away.
Nachi 1 was able to tag a player with the blind down B long. Doesn't really mean anything as Shopify again played slow, spread out. Bastarda removes Sonder from the equation, and there's a big difference in the way these comps play, right? Sonder was critical on the attack. All the utility of Shopify sets her up to get in, and now they don't have that piece. All the pressure relies, I believe, on Lori, this solo Showers player. Can she find something?
Contacting up. A fight versus DRN could be pivotal here. And through the smoke, she'll look to hit. She sees the gun! Should be a free kill. Flash ready. Her teammates falling all around her, and she can't get the kill. Prime giving flaws of all things. Team Liquid, what a recovery.
Back to back to back. TL now advantaged in overtime. I can hardly believe it.
And Shopify now. 2 opportunities to close. Now they're playing from the back foot. This is what they've been waiting for. Letting this slip to a third map go to Icebox would be tragic.
The coach getting excited. Honestly, louder than his play. The players could probably hear him from back there. I don't even know. Absolutely breaking the sound on that. The walk up from Shopify on the defense. Out of nowhere. They had not showed that whatsoever during regulation. And now instantly pivoting back into showers with the flash.
And they're going to reclaim this space. Roomba through, breach utility to follow. Nachi will go through with the dog.
Not just that, they hear the foot shots, they hear the gunshots. They know there are 2 players here at least. Oh, the C4 from KP. Her utility is perfect.
And it's combined with Sonder. This duo is doing it all.
Shopify Rebellion, the calling, the decisions, it's all here. But not over for Team Liquid. They're losing Naxi. That is such a big deal. You don't have the Viper Wall to scale and play contact up towards A short, instead forcing these longer angles. There's 4 players here. Shopify always huddling down onto these sites. Sonder takes first contact, but Daiki can't be beaten.
3 versus 4 now. Team Liquid stalled again on this site. KP's utility is still a thorn in their side. They have 40 seconds, time to work with.
But at some point you have to take a fight. Stars come through.
30 seconds left.
I believe she's just got the 2. Actually, 2 smokes, and playing off of this, the blind is in. KP removed, but Lori trades it back.
Bonita, if she swings around, if she finds the timing, she could win this round, but no. She takes it. It's again Flowerful in the clutch. This time to save the game.
Every single time it's her. She's been so close. Cheated out of a game win by Natchi's one Seekers. Now spots 1, the trade is there. DRN sends us